Australia was going in a normal pace like the other countries in the world. People were busy with their jobs, shopping, partying like other developed countries, like how the world normally function. But in 2020, COVID suddenly hit, and due to the COVID, as a result, the border was completely shut down from every aspect, like shutting down the streets where no cars can drive, and also the society, neighborhood, and the community was completely out of touch as the government has given clear instruction to maintain a lockdown in order to avoid COVID pandemic. Beside, as the lockdown were increasing day by day, and the conditions were getting worse as the day passes. The number of deaths were increasing. As a result, the pharmaceuticals shops, metro station, everything were closed. Every shopping mall were closed. So people can't run their business properly. Students were not able to attend the classes in the universities. Um, Airports were also closed down. So people were not able to go or visit their loved ones. The overall situation caused total chaos. Because of the total shutdown, the businesses resulted a huge economic loss for the Australian market. But luckily, in the year 2022, the media announced that the COVID was gone and the lockdown were over, and people started to get back to their normal lives like they used to do before pandemic hits. Business were reopened, new business were set up, people were able to do shopping, attend jobs, classes, as well as the streets were back to being a normal condition. People and the students from around the world were applying for Australian visas, were granted visas in mass number, resulting a mass population were flying to Australia after the pandemic was over. This ultimately benefited the airport gaining its business life back. The huge migration again helped the Australian society, economy, and the environment to boost up and regain its former pace. And the streets were flooded with heavy traffic. The metro train were uh, flooded with people and it was overcrowded. On the other hand, there was increasing tensions about housing crisis in Australia. Plus, there were a lot of job losses and unemployment rate has gone up, resulting the Aussie people to start blaming on the mass immigration people, and they started marching rallies for their own rights as they think that the immigration was the reason for causing and creating all those problems, and they started to tag that it's time to put Australian first. And when this topic got so heated, the parliament started discussing and arguing about the pros and cons of this mass immigration issue, and they came up with few effective measures like applying new visa rules, like applicant must now have to meet stronger criteria for skills, English fluency, and work experience with younger aged must not exceeding the age of 35. Secondly, employees seeking to sponsor migrant will face new requirement for the temporary working visa. For example, the subclass 482 is being replaced with new skills and demand models, which adds more scrutiny and emphasize regional areas. Third, there is a significant change to the occupation list. The multiple list includes MLTSSL, STSOL, and OSL, meaning that some trade and professions once eligible may not be longer eligible beside these new laws. Plus, government are building new suburbs and housing projects to accommodate new people and also keeping the cost of living under control for both the immigrants and the Aussie citizen. Plus, the government is hosting different programs so that people from outside Australia and the Australian citizen can have respect for each other's culture, and live a prosperous and harmonious life.